everyone, welcome to a vigorous vinyasa flow class. So this flow right here is going to be more for my advanced students or those of you guys who really wanted to add a challenge. If you come to my regular classes, this isn't necessarily going to be like that. This is going to be a little different. So if you're wanting to kind of add a little bit more funky flow into your life, this is exactly what the doctor ordered. So go ahead and get on your mat, grab whatever props you'd like to use. If you've got a certain set of yoga props that you want to add to this, feel free to do so. It's going to be a quick 20-minute vinyasa flow. So go ahead and come to the top of your mat, sitting up nice and tall. And we should begin to rock forward and back on the toes. So we're going to do these next set of movements over and over and over again until you feel comfortable with it. So still standing up nice and tall, we're going to begin to kind of twist off one side and then the other. And then coming back to stand at the top of our mat with your feet about a hip distance apart or the big toes touching. Tailbone rooting down towards the mat, hips to ribs here, shoulders relaxed away from your ears, hands are going to be in front of your heart in prayer. And we're going to take 3 breaths here before we begin to move. Inhale, go ahead, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale. One more. We're going to start off with some sun salutations to kind of warm up the body. Inhale, a little bend in the knees, reach up. Exhale, reach forward and down towards the floor. Let the head release, knees bend. Inhale, flat back, bringing the hands up onto the knees. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back for plank pose. So shoulders and hips are all in the same line here. Go ahead and release the knees, untuck the toes, lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Roll the shoulders back, press down on the tops of the toes. Inhale, lift up, half cobra. Exhale, curl your toes, lift up and back, downward dog. Shake it out a little bit here, keep the knees bent. Little bend in the knees, inhale, look forward. Exhale, hop the feet outside of your hands. Bend the knees, release the head. Then inhale, push down into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hand to prayer. Bring the feet towards one another once more. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, reach forward and down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back for plank pose. And either Chaturanga Dandasana or go ahead, release the knees down and lower yourself all the way down. If you would like to Chaturanga, staying up high on the toes, bending the elbows back and lowering yourself all the way down. Untuck the toes, inhale, lift the heart, cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, downward dog. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Lifting the lower belly, pushing down into the hands, gaze back at the toes. And then go ahead and lift your right leg up into the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip, and then take your right shoulder down. Look underneath your left shoulder. Straighten the right leg out. Bring that right foot down. Other side, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Look underneath your right shoulder. Left foot's going to go back down to the ground. And we're going to come back into plank. Go ahead and release the knees, untuck the toes, lower yourself all the way down. Bring your arms outside of the mat. Come up onto your fingertips. Relax the head, roll the shoulders, and lift the heart up. And begin to kind of go from side to side. Relax yourself all the way back down. Hands plant. Lift up and back into downward dog. Bend the knees, look in between the hands. Hop to the outer sides of your hand. And then come back up to standing. Come to the top of your mat. Bringing down into the feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach forward and down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hand. This time, take the right foot to the back of the mat. Very nice. Pull the belly in. Take the right heel down, turning that toe out. We're setting up for warrior 2. Lifting all the way up, bending the left knee. Arms are going to come out into a T, looking over your left middle finger. Exhale, release that right arm back. Lift the left arm behind you. Inhale, come back, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Go ahead and take your right hand down to the ground. Come back up onto the right toes. And then exhale into a twisted high lunge. Left hand goes down to the ground. Left leg is gonna extend behind you, keep it lifted, and then lower yourself all the way down. Untuck the toes, roll the shoulders back, inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the right leg up into the sky. Exhale, pull that knee into the chest and try to step it to the outside or the front of your mat, excuse me. Take your left heel down to the floor, coming up into warrior two on this side. Arms stretch out, looking over your right middle finger. Deep breaths. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Left arm comes alongside the ear, palm face down. Inhale, bring that left hand down to the ground, spin back onto the left heel, and then exhale into twisted crescent. Right hand's gonna come down to the floor. Right leg's gonna extend back for a one-legged plank. We're gonna hold here for a moment, and then lower all the way down. Whew. Untuck the toes, press down the tops of the feet. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Bend the knees, look in between the hands. Hop the feet to the outside of the hands. And then come up to standing. Beautiful. Should be a little warm right now. If you need to take a water break, go ahead, feel free to pause and come back. Otherwise, we're going to keep going. Whew. Hands to prayer. Feet rooted down into the mat. Tailbone down to the ground. So it's very important that the pelvis isn't all junky, okay? You want it really nice and tight, core tight, shoulders back. Hands in prayer. Now we're going to start to work with the main flow for today's class. So as you stand here, I want you to feel the ground beneath you, the air around you, the breath flowing in and out, the way your body feels at this moment after a little bit of movement, okay? Then we're going to start to move with our flow. Bringing your hands to your hips, bring your right knee up into the chest, flexing the foot, pulling everything in nice and tight. If you wiggle around a little bit, that's fine. Exhale, step this right foot back, come into a high lunge. Beautiful. Tailbone, or not tailbone, core is active here. Arms are up alongside your ears. Then exhale, we're going to come into warrior two. Taking that right heel down, toe out at an angle. Release the back arm, come back into reverse warrior. And then we're going to come forward, windmilling the arms, bringing that right hand down, coming into a twist. And lifting the left arm up. Deep breaths. We're going to root down into our right hand and come onto the pinky toe side of that foot and come in a wild thing. So the left toe's going to come down on the ground, hip's going to lift, left arm's going to go up and back. Then we're going to lift this leg all the way up into a one-legged downward dog. Go ahead and bring that knee in. Left hand's going to stay on the ground. We're going to spin. So now we're in a side plank with the left leg lifted. This foot's going to out to the side, and we're going to lift this right arm up. Right hand's going to come back down, coming back into plank, and downward dog. Woo. Inhale, look in between the hands, bend the knees. Exhale, hop the feet forward. Forward fold, relax the head down. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bring the feet back together. Nice. We're going to add little bits here. You can keep it the same the whole time, or you can continue to add little umps each time. So arms are going to lift as the left leg lifts. Exhale, take the hands back and the foot back. So now we're in a high lunge on the left side. Inhale, bring your arms up alongside the ear. Exhale, open up in a warrior two. Right toe points forward, knee is trekking forward. Exhale, release the arms back, reverse warrior. Exhale, bring that left arm all the way down to the floor. Spin back onto the left toes and come into a twisted crescent. Breathe for a moment, pushing into that left hand. We're going to spin onto the pinky toe side of the left foot. This right leg's going to come back, and we're going to come up into wild thing. Right hand's going to come down. We're going to come into three-legged dog. Come forward into your one-legged plank. Bring your right knee in. We're going to shift onto the left foot, and then hike that right foot out, come into a fallen triangle. Left hand's going to come back into plank. Woo, release the knees, untuck, sit back in child's pose. Take a moment, catch up with your breath there. I'm going to talk a little bit. So what I really love about being able to flow through poses like that is it gives your mind a little time to check out. It really allows you just to be in your body. I gotta chop this. I'm sorry, guys. Actually, I'm not sorry. So, it's really hard for us to sometimes get out of our mind and get into our bodies. And that's what I think is so important about this style of yoga, is it really gives you a chance to check out and check in. It's a little weird because we normally like to be so involved in our minds, but sometimes we need that little, like, autopilot. Although it's not autopilot when you don't do these poses all the time. So, taking a couple more breaths in your child's pose, really allowing those inhales and exhales to bring you back down into that center, bring you back down away from the distractions of the mind. And then from your child's pose, we're going to come into tabletop. Okay, and then from here, I want you to go ahead and release your forearms down to the floor. Interlace your fingers. Make sure that your elbows are biceps distance apart. Pull the ribs in, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back for dolphin. And then from here, we're going to come up into downward dog. Bend the knees, look in between the hands, hop the feet to the outsides of the fingers, and then come up to standing. Nice. You're going to do that whole flow one more time. Hands are going to come onto the hips, or you're going to reach them up over your ears, or alongside your ears. Bring that right knee in, and step it back. Bring the arms up alongside the ears. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Right arm extends back, left hand's going to reach up and back. And then exhale, we're going to windmill the arms all the way down. Right hand's going to be on the ground. Left arm's going to go up towards the ceiling. Pushing into our right hand, we're going to lift our left leg and come into wild thing. Left hand's going to come down. We're going to come into three-legged dog. Bring that knee in. We're going to step into reverse triangle. Coming back into a three-legged plank, or one-legged plank, and then lowering all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look in between the hands, hop the feet to the outsides of the hands, and come all the way up to standing. And do the other side. Hands are going to be on the hips. Inhale, the left knee up. Bring the arms up. Exhale, take it back. Whew. Stay high on those toes. Woo. If we wiggle around a little bit, that's fine. Whew. Arms are going to come up alongside the ears. Then exhale, warrior two. Back hand's going to release, right arm's going to go up and back, reverse warrior. Come all the way down into a twisted high lunge. Right arm's going to reach up. Left arm's planting down into the mat. We're going to take this right arm up and back, or right arm, right leg, come into wild thing. And then right hand's going to come down. We're going to come into a three-legged dog. Bring that right knee in. Kind of shift the weight over to the left, and then extend that right arm out. Right arm, right leg, come into fallen triangle. Left hand comes down. Right foot goes back, plank. Exhale, up and back, downward dog. Take your feet out as wide as your mat. Walk your hands all the way back. Whew. And come all the way up to standing. Walk to the top of your mat. Hands are going to be on the hips. Roll the shoulders back so that's nice and tall. Inhale, reach the arms up. Right knee's going to come up to meet it. Exhale, take that foot back. High lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale out into warrior two. Right hand drops down, left arm goes up. Reverse warrior. Windmill all the way down into a twisted lunge. Left hand's going to come down. We're going to switch it up a little bit this time. Take that left foot back, coming into plank pose. And then up and back into downward dog. Whew. Walk your feet in a little bit so you can get the heels to the floor. And then take your left hand to the outside of your right foot and use that to twist you underneath your right arm. Left hand's going to come back down. Right hand's going to go to the outside of the left foot, twisting this way. And then right hand's going to come down. Bend the knees, look in between the hands, hop, step, or walk to the top of the mat. And then come up to standing. Bring it down to your feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. Left knee's going to come up. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, the arms come up alongside the ears. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, bring your left hand down to the ground. Come up back up into the left toes. And then we're gonna twist open to the right. Very nice. Right hand's gonna come down. Step that right foot back for plank. And then lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, inhale, lift up. Exhale, curl the toes, downward dog. Whew. Lower belly in, pushing down into our hands. Go ahead and come up onto the toes, bend knees, look in between the hands and hop to the top of the mat. Hands are gonna come to the knees, we're gonna come all the way up. Nice, step the feet together. Now this next bit, I'm gonna add a little extra oomph. So we'll see you guys like that. Bring that into your feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, hop to the back of the mat. Go ahead and exhale back into downward dog. Walk the feet in. Walk the hands in. We're going to work with what's called handstand hops. So, I want you to shift your shoulders over your wrists. Okay? Bring the feet in, stay up high on the toes. Lift your right leg up. Pull everything in nice and tight. Walk the hands in a little bit more. And we're going to do what's called hop switches. So you're going to push off your left leg and switch the legs midair. Okay? So we're just going to go back and forth. Pushing into whatever leg is pushing us off. Lifting with the right big toe or whatever toe is lifted. We're just going to go back and forth. Three, two, one. Both feet come down. Knees come down. Untuck. Sit back. Child's pose. Come up on your hands and knees. Take your hands to the outside of the mat, over to the right, all the way. Reaching with your left hand. Come back to center. Hands are going to come onto the mat. Inhale, soften the heart down. Cow. Exhale. Cat. Take the hands over to the left this time. Come back to center. Hands press down. Inhale. Cow. Exhale. Cat. Keep the toes curled under. We're going to sit up and back into toe crusher. And I'm going to breathe. You can't breathe. What time am I at?
18.
18? Cool. Go ahead and bring the hands down to the ground. Plant or curl the toes, look hips up and back. Coming into downward dog. Now this next one's going to be a little tricky. I want you to bring your left foot forward, the right foot forward, and sit back onto your butt. Extend your legs out in front of you. Shake them out a little bit. Bring the hands back. Bring the feet onto the floor. You can turn your fingertips out. They can also be facing you, but I like to keep them out. Pushing down into the feet, we're going to inhale up into reverse tabletop. And you come all the way down. Extend the legs out nice and long. Long, out wide. Flex the toes. Come forward onto the hips. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach forward and down. Try and keep the chest lifted the whole time. And going to where it feels comfortable for you. So you might be way up here. Or if you're a little Gumby action, you might be way down here. Find your spot, and we're going to hold there for 3 breaths. We're going to bring the hands back up. Hands are going to come underneath the knees. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Grab the big toes with your peace fingers. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, leading with the heart and the chest. Come forward and down. Maybe extend the arms out. Walk the hands back up. Bring the knees together. And lay down for your Shavasana. Taking the arms out. Legs out. Go ahead and shrug the shoulders together. You can have something underneath your head, or you can just rest down on the ground. Taking big breaths in and out. Lowering your heart rate. Feeling all of this goodness in the body, everything moving around. Maybe some sweat on your brow. And I'm going to invite you at this moment to pause the video and stay in your Shavasana for at least 5 minutes. After that, you can restart the video, or not restart, press play. Meet me in a comfortable seat, bringing the hands to prayer in front of your heart, bowing your chin to your chest, and giving yourself a thank you for dedicating this time to yourself and to your practice. The divine light in me honors, bows, and recognizes the divine light in you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you guys. Have a great day.